If you like this video and want to see more, then please subscribe to the channel. I think this might be another video coming. So today's video is repairing my Jaguar XKR's steering rake issue. I think it's a common issue, and I'll show you the problem that I've got. So the steering rake is adjusted from the side here, and immediately you can see it's going down in increments. It usually gets to a point and it just moves. There we go, and back up again. So obviously that affects the automatic movement of the steering wheel when you get in and out of the vehicle, or rather when you turn it on and off. It should settle to the far up position when you turn the ignition off to give you space to get out, and when you get back in again, put the ignition back on, it should position it down to the position that you've got in the memory, but that part's not working. What I have got off of eBay, it was £20 only, is another motor. So I'm hoping swapping this over will fix the issue. Looked on the forums, it is a common issue. I believe Jaguar only charge around about 0.4 of a man hour to change this, so I don't anticipate it's going to be a long job. And give it a go. First thing you need to do is 2 holes in the shroud here where there are screws. They're just a Phillips screw, so I'm going to take those out and the bottom shroud should come away. And from what I understand, the motor is on the underside somewhere, so it should expose the motor and make it easy to remove. So I actually removed this panel now, and yeah, I think the forums are incorrect. So you can see the end of the motor just there, but I think I need to take this panel off here. And it looks like this comes off with 2 bolts, one this side and one just the other side. So let's go for that. So I've taken out 2 bolts like this. One is still in the panel underneath, but the panel just drops away, as you can see. And what it reveals is the motor here. So in fact, the forums were suggesting you to take the lower shroud off rather than the top shroud. I don't think you need to take the lower shroud off at all. So the company I bought it from is Auto Reserve Jaguar. They are in Derbyshire. Now they've got an eBay shop, but also I've found they've also got their own website. Top tip with Auto Reserve Jaguar is if you actually use the website, I've found that a lot of the parts seem to be cheaper than they have them on eBay. So head for the website. Now there's a little notice that comes on the sealed bag, and it states that once you've opened the bag you then can't return the item if you bought the wrong item. So I just need to check that it is the same. I don't know whether it comes across on camera, but that looks exactly the same to me. The orientation of the cables all look the same. So we can open the bag. It looks like this is potentially quite easy to fit. It's held on by 2 screws, one there and one just there. The other thing you need to consider is the electrical cable. So it's just 3 positions, and then it should just slide out. I think I'll put a little bit more grease in there before I install it. Looks like it's well greased up already, to be honest, but it doesn't hurt to put a bit more. But it doesn't hurt to put a little bit more on. So the size of the Torx bit you need is a T25. So let's see if I can crack that one off now. There we go. If I can do this all one-handed or not. That one's obviously hidden up round behind. Let's see if I can feel it. Now what I've found is, I've got the one screw out, but getting the second one out, you can't actually get that type of screwdriver in there. So I've gone and got some rusty old Torx bits out of my toolbox, and it does fit down. Would you believe the only size that I don't have in that set is the one I need, but I have found this longer Torx bit, so that should do the job. There we go, she's free. So it comes off there really easily. I'm hoping you can see that. It is a little bit dark. Just need to get the connector off now. So the hardest part actually so far has been getting this connector off that sits up inside. It goes onto a metal bracket, and you need to push it up to bring it off, but there's a little tang there, a little lip. So what I had to do, it's not easy to demonstrate with one hand, I had to push the screwdriver up behind and then just gently just push up, and the whole thing popped off. So now we've got the old motor removed. So refitting is obviously going to be the reverse process. Something that is important is you make sure that the steering wheel is at its highest point. So you can rotate. This. I don't know if you can see. The steering wheel's going up. So what you actually need is the steering wheel in its highest position, and then when you connect this, you wind this to its highest position as well. So from the memory position part of the system, it knows where the top is and where to stop the motor. So the motor's now back in place. So the next thing, I just need to get those two screws back in place, but I think I need two hands for that. So as you can see, I've put the one screw in there and the other one's gone up the other side. So that's it refitted back in place. So now we just need to do the reverse to put these shrouds back. So the top shroud just pushes back up. I needed two hands to do it. So let's put the screws back in. I'll put the lower one in then. Just about to put this back in place, and I found this plate. And I know exactly what it is. Clearly it goes on there, so you take it out and put the plate back. It must be a spacer. There we go. So the plate's in there now. Don't know if you can see that. Next bit is to get this back in place. As you remember, it's the 2 bolts. You can see the 1 bolt down there now and the other one just there, and it clips in that place and that place. And the one thing that I do need to do, this what is it? It is this valet parking switch needed to come away as well, so that just needs to be plugged back in as I install it. So as you can see, that just plugs into there. So lift that in, pushes in place, and the same the other side. And I need to do the 2 bolts up at the bottom. That one's finally come out. So in testing it now, something very strange has happened. Now all I've done is unplug it and re-plug it in. But I'll show you what's going on. Now this is in its lowest position at the moment. So if I press the button down, it goes up. And if I press the button up, it goes down. So that's baffling, because as you can see, the connector can only go in one way around. So I'm a bit baffled as to what's going on there. It could be the case of swapping around those 2 to make the motor go in an opposite direction, maybe. If anyone would like to comment and help me out on that, I'd appreciate it, but that is really strange. On the plus side though, it is working. Put it to the So the theory is, when I take the key out of the ignition, it should actually move the steering wheel out of my way. But look what happens.